Okay, I'm live. Hello, everybody. This is Kim Coles. You know me as an actress, comedian, author, speaker, coach, a lot of other things. Those are things you might not even know about me. But what you really may not know is for the last few days, I've been doing a special series called 12 Valuable Lessons that I learned from show business that will help you in your life and business, or something like that. I kind of change the title a little bit every day, but the bottom line is I'm giving 12 lessons over a total of 4 days, and today is day 3, and I'm going to give you 3 more tips about lessons I've learned in show business and in life that will help you in life and in business. Please feel free to go back and watch some of those other trainings. They're really good. There's some really good, valuable stuff in there. Everything from letting your yeses be yeses and your noes be noes. Everything from understanding competition and comparison, and how comparison just kills the game. About building a tribe, about having a tribe. Where's my other notes? All kinds of amazing things. Acknowledging your gift, learning and training, really investing in yourself, investing in training, and preparing and rehearsing, preparing and practicing at your craft. Good evening, everybody. Welcome. I see you coming in. I will read the comments later. I want to get this content to you, get this great training. If this is valuable to you, share. In fact, go ahead and like and share now, because it's going to be valuable. Because I always bring the fire. I bring my experience. I've been saying this a lot lately. I'm in that phase of my life where I want to teach. You all may have heard this phrase before, and this works for all of us. You teach what you most need to learn. A lot about what I'm going to be teaching, what I've been teaching the last few days, what I'm teaching tonight, and what I've been teaching in general as I coach clients and take on one-on-one clients, and I have a mastermind, which I'll tell you about at the end, and I mentor people, is I learned all of these things because I was meant to teach them. I learned all of these things because I needed help in these areas. These lessons were provided for me. Life provided these lessons for me. And who am I not to share my wisdom with others? That's why I'm here. By the way, that's why you're here too. Somebody says they like the purple. I've got like a little bra strap happening. Let me fix that. Purple's my color. Who am I not to share what I know now? And who are you not to share what you've learned so far? You teach what you most need to learn. And this is yet the second piece of it that I learned not too long ago, that you learn what you needed to teach. So you learn what you need to teach, and you teach what you most need to learn, and how they kind of go all hand in hand, that your life has all been a classroom for you. And when you master something, you're supposed to go and teach it to others. Okay, so let's start. So tonight I want to talk about 3 really interesting things I learned over the years that I think are pivotal, not only to life, but also to business. And one of them is to act as if. Act as if. So I don't just mean acting for the sake of acting as if, when you're a performer, because as a performer, you have to act as if you are a particular character. You have to act as if you know what you're talking about sometimes, even if you don't. I mean that in life, it's okay to, and I remember hearing this quote, I believe it's Rudyard Kipling. It's assume the virtue though you have it not. Somebody here is probably going to post the entire quote. Like, it's really beautiful literature and a beautiful idea that you assume the virtue even though you don't have it yet. So what I mean by that is, if you're not so confident, what would somebody who is confident do? When you're not sure of something, what would somebody who is sure do? How would they do something? I have an amazing coach who, every time I go, I don't know, he says to me, well, what would you do if you did know? It's like, what? I said this to you the other night. I did say you already know. You know. There's things that you know. You just have to give yourself credit for it. So act as if. So when I go on an audition, I have to act as if I think the character on the page would act in the scene that they've given me. Now, they give you a lot of clues. They often tell you who they are, how old they are, what their point of view is, and then you just bring your own flavor to it. Well, what if you did this in business? What if there's a part of your business that you don't understand, or a new piece that you want to learn? Maybe it's branding or marketing or how to get customers. What would you do if you knew how? Well, one of the things you would do is you would implement one of the things I talked about one of the other nights is you would learn what you need to learn. You would get the training that you need to get training. You would get the mentorship that you need to take you to the next level. And then you'd be able to step into the role as the person who knows, as the one who is successful. If you're a speaker and you want to be a speaker, I was speaking to a client earlier and she says that she's shy. I tell you, when she goes live, she doesn't seem shy to me. Well, she acts as if someone who is confident, who knows what she's talking about because she does, because we've worked out the content together and she understands how to motivate and captivate and compel the audience she's speaking to. So she may not feel confident, but she knows how to act confident. So from my acting world, I would tell you in life and you in business to act as if you know. Now, I don't mean fake it till you make it. That's a whole other thing. And I do think there's an element of sometimes stepping into a space or stepping into a quality that you may not have just yet. And maybe it'll feel as if you're being fake, but I don't mean to do that. I mean to be authentically yourself, but act as if you did know. What would you do if you were confident? What would you do if you knew how to handle your business finances? What would you do? There are steps that you would take as the person who knows what to do. I go in and read for something on an audition and I don't know who she is. I have no idea. I act as if I do. And sometimes I get the job. So I hope that this is helpful. Dee Dee just asked me, did I get the part that I just auditioned for? I did not. But in the interim, I was given a role on that show In the Cut on Bounce TV. So there's a job I didn't get and a job that was given to me. I think one of the things that happened, and I'll just give you this little bonus tip. When you show up and you are excellent in life, when you show up and you have I would say a work ethic, people begin to know you and they hire you. I mean that in show business. I mean that in work and business opportunities. You create a reputation for excellence. People will begin to go, I got to get some of that. And there are opportunities that will just fall into your lap because you are amazing at what you do. So let's say we were to take that. We were to take acting as if, this first tip I'm giving you, and then stepping into the role of being excellent at what you do, whatever it is, excellent in your relationship. If your relationship, let's say, is having some bumps along the way, some things you don't understand, some things y'all ain't getting right now. Well, what if you acted as if the love was enduring for forever? You acted as if someone who knew how to communicate well with her mate or his mate. Does that make sense? Okay. By the way, if you all have questions, post them in the comments, and I'm going to come back later and answer questions. I want to stay focused on the content. I want to give you the good stuff. Okay. So acting as if, but you don't have to fake it until you make it. Faking it till you make it, to me, is that whole Instagram thing where everybody's posting things with perfectly posed pictures and filters. I'm not saying fake it till you're making. I'm saying step into who you already are, the excellent version of you. It already exists. Okay, the next tip I have for you would be, and I talked about this a little bit last night, to be persistent. You have to be persistent. You have to work at your craft, whether it's acting, whether it's life, or whether it's business. You have to be persistent. You have to learn what you need to learn, implement, and move on. Learn what you need to learn, implement, and move on. And if you make a mistake, and I told you last night, there are no mistakes. There are only lessons and ways to do it that don't work. And you find the way to do it sometimes just by being persistent and giving it your all. Being persistent. I talked about last night, J-Lo. I watched her on the Super Bowl, and you can see the years of training and persistence and rehearsal and sticking with it. You could see that in her performance. You could see how she's grown. You can see how she's put the work in, and it's not always glamorous. You know, one of the favorite things I always like to talk about is people think that the red carpet, that doing the step and repeat in the red carpet is glamorous. From my point of view, it is not. It is actually work. You get there because you've done all this work, and you get there because you're actually auditioning for your next job, whether you know it or not. You're there to take pictures. You're there to stand in and be fabulous, act as if you're a star, right? But it's work, and it's persistent. It's part of the job. Showing up, showing out, and being your best self. You have to be persistent. I hesitate to say you have to work hard, but you do have to work diligently. Those of you who know me, you know, I don't like that phrase, I'm on my grind. I got to hustle and grind. I hate the word grind because it literally grinds my vocal cords. I'm grinding. I don't want to grind. I want to work diligently towards my goal. Doesn't that sound so much better? Grinding means you're slugging it out. It's really hard. You're sweating and you're toiling. It's so hard. I can't figure it out. Working diligently means you're taking the steps necessary to move your goals forward. Feel the energy in that? Doesn't that feel a little bit different? That's what being persistent is. It means taking the step and the next step and the next step and the next step. And when you look behind you, you have moved forward well, and you've moved forward with persistence. You have to be persistent. And you also cannot give up on your dream. And there are times when it gets hard, and it gets times when you're like, I can't figure this out. And that's when you have to really dig in and work even more work more diligently. You know what I'm trying to say. Diligently. Work more diligently towards your goal. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn off my heater because I'm getting hot. That's why I couldn't say the word diligent. Hold, please. Hold, please. Hold, please. I was diligently having a hot flash. All right, I hope this is landing with you guys. Like I said, I'm going to come back and look at the comments. And if this is helpful, if this is interesting, if this is, you know, really getting your brain and your heart percolating, please share this with a friend. Once again, these are valuable lessons that I've learned in show business that I've applied in my life and in my business, and I want you to do this too. I want you to go back and watch the whole series, really. This is day 3, and I got more. I have one more for you right now, and this really ties in with all of this. Well, by the way, let me also add that with the piece of being persistent, be impeccable. Be persistent and do your best. Really do a wonderful job every time you step forth and represent yourself in life and in business. Okay, so the last one I want to share with you tonight is give back. So you see a lot of celebrities doing, charitable events. They're giving back. They're lending their name, their voice, their spirit, their energy to various causes. And you do that, I think you do that because you're given so much. You know, each and every one of us here has been given blessings and gifts and possibilities and joy. And I've been given a platform. I've been given a platform, and I took that platform and I made it what it is today. You know, a lot of people still watch Living Single, and that's sweet. And I have evolved so much more beyond that. I've taken all those lessons I learned there, and I still use them today. And so I give back. I do events and charitable events. I lend my name and my voice and my muscle to events that I truly, truly believe in, and that move the message forward for that particular event or for my own causes, things I truly, truly believe in, things I think move us forward, whatever that means to you. I give back by, listen, these live streams are a version of me giving back. I'm sharing my knowledge freely here for you today. I'm taking my wisdom and I'm hopefully dropping these nuggets. Well, I am dropping the nuggets, and hopefully y'all are picking them up and using them. Okay. I also have a way that I mentor people like this, but even more deeply and more richly. And you've heard me talk for the last few days, over the last few days, about a month or so, about this mentorship program that I built. It's a mastermind, and it's called the Community Mastermind. And let me break this down for you a little bit, because I don't think I've explained the energy behind community. My name is Kim, but you already know that. Unity is one of my, I would say one of my principles, one of my pillars of life that I like to stand on. I believe in unity, and I believe in community. I believe in connecting with like-minded people. I work well when I'm able to collaborate with others. My favorite projects have been, look, my first one-woman show actually had 4 men in it. That's not a one-woman show, that's a play. I love to collaborate with others of like minds, and I love to teach what I've learned. And that's why I built this community. It just so happens that community sounds really cute because it sounds like me and it sounds like you. So what the Community Mastermind is, it's a mentorship. Imagine spending time with me like this, but going even deeper. Imagine me giving you my best lessons, understandings, wisdom, resources. I love giving people resources to up-level their life the way people over the years have poured into me. So this is about me pouring into others because I was poured into, and because I'm supposed to now give back. This Community Mastermind, like I said, it's a mentorship. It's like a workshop times 1,000. Is a monthly membership. It's a monthly membership in which we take 2 tracks in life. I love to do listen, there's so many classes that we take and online trainings that we take, and some of them are life development, personal development, how to live a better life, how to do more self-care, how to learn to communicate better, how to have more confidence, how to set goals, how to live into those goals, how to set visions for yourself, how to show up and show out in every area of your life. That's what's called personal development. Then over here is business development. How to choose a business that you want to create and serve people with, how to take that business to the next level and the next level, how to brand, how to use your story to market. A lot of you people know that I love story. Story is a big foundation of the way that I teach people. I teach speakers and coaches and authors how to take their story and take it to the next level. So I love storytelling. I love building that business, seeing that business, money mindset, how to build your business and strong. These are all things I've learned over the years because I needed to learn them because I was building a business for myself. So it's time for me to do that with others. I've been talking about this for about a month or so, and I opened the doors with incredible early bird pricing. And those who take action right away get the best of the best of the best. Those who've already stepped in are already getting the best of the best of the best, like the first press of this really a movement that I'm creating, a movement of people who are wanting to be their best level. And let me say this, people who are not just talking about it and who are actually doing it. What's going to happen this year is the same thing that happens every year. We're going to talk about this being this is my year. It's already February, and are you taking the steps that you need to take to make this your year? Are you really diving in deep and working diligently towards your goal, not hustling, not grinding, but doing the things that you need to do to move yourself forward so that this is truly your year, so that this beginning time is your decade. This is the beginning of a new decade. It's the steps and the investments in yourself that you take now will set you in motion for this year and beyond. So that's why I'm so passionate about it. That's why I want to work with you. That's why I want you to really stop and think, are you really on track to do all the things you said you were going to do this year? If not, let's hold hands and do it together. This is about support. This is about coaching. And this is about networking with like-minded folks. So I'm pretty sure Team Kim has already put the link here. I'm going to put that on the page right now. You can work with me and my team. Oh yeah, I have guest experts coming in to teach. It's called the Community Mastermind. You go to communitymastermind.com. Guest experts, and I'm going to learn what you want and give you even more of that, because I want you to get what you want out of this. I want you to get what you want, which is the best year ever, the best life ever. So whatever your goals are, let's do them together. It's about support. We do 2 classes every month, and in between I feed you more. It's like this, but on I hate to say on steroids. I hate to say on acid. It's like this, but more illuminated. All right, I'm going to stop and look at some questions. A couple of questions real quick. Let's see. I'm going to answer one question. I see Whitney. If you've not lived up to your best ability professionally in the past, how do you flip the switch and gain the excellent work ethic? So I'm going to tell you this. If you've not lived up to it, Whitney, yet, and you're aware, remember I told you the first thing is to be aware. The first step is to be aware and do an assessment on the gifts and the talents that you do have. And you're already shining a light on an area that you feel that you could have done better. That is the first step. You now know what not to do. You now need to take what works for you, take what you know you're good at it, get good at, and just add the fire and shine a light on that. Or you can step into the community mastermind and I can hold your hand through it. The first step you're taking is excellent. You know that you haven't been as high level as you could be. That's the first step. Now we can get you to the next step just by knowing that and by shining on a light where you can succeed. I'm all about setting people up to win is what I like to call it. Let's find out what you're good at and then let's get you really good at that. So hopefully that helps. All right, you guys, I'm going to just tell you to go to the communitymastermind.com page. The early bird investment is open until Tuesday. There's 2 ways to do it. You can come in month by month. You can come in and spend the whole year. Invest in yourself in this way and let me pour into you the way you deserve. And let's help you rise up to the level where you're supposed to be so that the rest of this year is handled and on and on and on. All right, you guys, have a wonderful evening, or whenever you watch this, share if this was helpful. Or if I drop some nuggets that make sense to you. I'll be back tomorrow night for part 4, the final part of these lessons and joy and fun. All right, you guys, have a wonderful evening and bye-bye.